here's at the very least what I did during my first playthrough of Elden Ring. Once you spend a good, I'd say about hour or so making your character look absolutely gorgeous, you're gonna wanna get started. Typically, you're gonna wanna spend a good few seconds running around in a circle, being happy that this game finally got fucking released. And then you're gonna spend quite a bit of time reading. Every menu will give you something to read, and if you skip it, then you're just making it harder for yourself. When you eventually open the big doors, you'll take a couple of seconds to be like, wow, this game is pretty. And then you'll fight the first enemy that you see. And that'll go exactly how you think it'll go. But instead of getting the normal "you died" screen, you get a cool little cutscene. And there's a dog. You get the new Estus flask and the mana Estus flask. And then this old guy will tell you to drop down to do the tutorial, which you're absolutely going to want to do because this game's got all kinds of new stuff and blue stuff and new stuff. Just do the tutorial, you'll need to do it. But once you've done the tutorial, you open this little tiny door and then BAM! You're in the actual game, you did it, it's actually here. After taking the obligatory too fucking long to look at the scenery and stuff, you'll take a couple of screenshots like any normal person, and then you run to what you fucking said you're gonna do, the bonfire. Then you get a little bit more reading, but this one's kind of important because it tells you that each thing points to the next thing, so you kind of get a little bit of a guidance as where you're supposed to go, but it don't really hold your hand or anything. You learn that not only are you tarnished, but you're also maidenless, which are two words that you're going to hear a lot, at least I did, and you don't have a clue what they mean, so good luck with that. You do a little bit more reading to learn about how co-op works, and then you just spend a long-ass time running about. You think there might be some kind of special item right near the start of the game that will give you some crazy bonus. No, there's just a lot of birds. Just a lot of birds. When you eventually get finished doing that, you'll of course try and fight the dude on the horse, and you'll not win. Ever. Once you're done losing to the horseman, you'll come over here and find a cool little dog. You'll take out your frustration on some defenseless people and animals, and then you'll inevitably come across this place, and you think, oh, this is just like a shitty little encampment. I've played all the Souls games, so I can do this is easy. Only for it not to be easy, because fuck you. Then you meet Melana, where she tells you once again that you are in fact maidenless, but she tells you that she can be your maiden, which sounds pretty neat, and then you can like level up and stuff, because she's a firekeeper. She also gives you a horse, which is pretty neat. If you're anything like me, you'll try and hop on your horse and think, hell yeah, let's go, but unfortunately you'll be met with this boy. Now, much like me, you probably watched all of the footage from the beta of this game, and you're like, stinky giant, he can't pass through the gate. He can pass through the gate. He will pass through the gate. Also, you'll probably be like, I'm not doing a lot of damage to this guy, maybe I should just leave. There's no way I could beat him, I need to come back later, but don't worry, he got you covered. But don't worry, you're persistent just like me, and you think, it's not much damage, but I can just withstand the attacks, and then you kill him. Congratulations, you get 2 gold stars. After beating the giant, you just run through the path and kill all of the dudes in the way, even though it takes you quite a bit. And then on the other end, you reach this cool place called Stormhill. It's only been an hour. From then on, I basically just fought with some sky dogs, spoke to some lady, and then just followed this brick road. I mean, why not? Until I got to this point, and then I saw that the path kind of deviated a bit, so I took that instead. For longer than I thought I would. But damn, the view at the end was totally worth it. I mean, whoa. After resting at this bonfire, I'm gonna call them bonfires. Alright, they're bonfires. After resting at this bonfire, the lady comes to me and she tells me that you can go to this other cool place. And I'm way over my fucking head at this point. I'm like, I'm totally not where I'm supposed to be. I've definitely skipped a load of stuff up that road. But I'm too far gone at this point, so let's go! From what I can gather, this is basically a hub world-esque thing. All the NPCs that you've spoken to out in the world tend to come here, and some other ones that you haven't spoke to, as well as a blacksmith. Also, there's a lady which gives you a cuddle. That's all we want.
You are very warm.
There's also a room where an NPC invader is, and that invader will kick your ass. So after getting my ass handed to me a bunch, I decided to go back to where I deviated in the first place and not deviate. Only to find that that path takes you directly to a boss fight. And this is probably the first boss fight, I would say. The problem that I had with it is I was definitely under-leveled and under-geared and just under everything. So it didn't go too well. After 7 or so practice attempts at that boss, I decided that I needed to maybe go and level up a bit. So I went and raided a couple of encampments that I found, and I also saw this cool little crab. That's pretty neat. Then I found this cool little portal thing, which took me to this cool little place with this cool little door that had that cool little logo on it. And there was also a cool little giant head thing that shoots fire. That was pretty sick. After doing absolutely nothing there, I decided to go back to the swamp where I got killed by a big leggy thing. That was fun. And then after achieving absolutely nothing, I decided to fight the boss again. And I was very persistent. Nope, your eyes don't deceive you. That took me nearly an hour. I mean, if you include the attempts from earlier, it's probably just over an hour. Yep, after making my way up to Stormvale Castle, learning about summoning people and invaders, and then rolling off a mountain, I then found this trumpet man who summons these bandit boys, and I've learned that they are absolutely my least favorite enemy. Especially because this one killed me like this. I also found this cool little door where when you open it and go inside, this happens. And once you're in, you're like, oh, this isn't too bad, it's just a locked room and there's an item here, and then, oh my god! After that dude definitely killed me, I made my way back and I found this cool ladder, and then I got jumped by a big old sneaky boy. So I tried to be sneaky myself for going against this big windy boy. But that didn't work and he kicked my ass. But the next time I went up I was a bit better at stealth and I killed him. Now I could see this bird was up to some stupid tricks, but what I didn't know is that the barrel was explosive. But later on when this guy was hiding around the corner, I was a bit smarter. Fucking idiot. And then I tried some more stealth to take down these two boys. The first one I could do it stealthily, but the second one was a bit more of a challenge. He saw me. Just before the 5-hour mark, I saw this dude that was exactly like the enemy from the start of the game that kicked my ass. So I decided to maybe not fight that guy. But unfortunately for me, when I got down to his level, he had other plans. I decided to just check in some of the rooms closer to him and just run in and see what it was about. And I found this room that had loads of items and loads of the dogs from Dark Souls 3 that even sounded like the dogs from Dark Souls 3. And they even killed me just like the dogs from Dark Souls 3. So that was pretty cool. And here we are, we arrived dead on the 5-hour mark where I'm running back to get my souls. And if that isn't telling for how the rest of this game's gonna go, then I don't know what is. For real though, I'm enjoying this game quite a bit. Praise Miyazaki and George. Mia George. We'll go with that.